Hi, if you have Quebec in your heart and you think that it could be better that the way it goes right now, you can check my video until the end, so just a couple minutes. So first of all, I think there's a mistake in Quebec right now, that we don't explain, we don't really explain why Quebec must take over the full control on its administration. I think it's obvious that being currently administrated by a federal government, it's impossible for Quebecers to quickly change anything that is currently governed under federal jurisdiction. Our takeover will enable us and escape from constant financial and social bankruptcy should we carry out all the following changes that I will explain to you. So for the foreign policy, it is necessary to bring back all the Canadian soldiers now that they are in war missions, because our soldier must be only used by peace forces of United Nations, blue helmets, nothing else. After that, the Ministry of Defense must stop buying sophisticated and expensive military equipment because that proves to be useless against terrorist threats. It is rather necessary to remake our international image while being an example with our foreign policies. We must immediately stop subsidizing the voyages and the research, the space research, and the voyages in space. This is that is extremely expensive and pollute too much. And now for I think immigration must be tightened, because it will be necessary to return all the criminal in their countries, and it could be better to say welcome to working families, and to definitely help the graduate immigrants to enter higher employment. And now for interior policy, for resources and environment, we need to ask for substantial royalties from the companies that use each one of our natural resources, force them to pay for the contamination. After that, we need to nationalize schist gas extraction and all the other important resources. Also, it is necessary to forget ethanol usage, because a lot of people in the world don't have nothing to eat with that, because of that. And we can support the use of hydrogen and clean energies. After that, for the finance domain, considerably reduced of the size of the government administration and of the state societies. We have also to clarify the complete responsibility of all the administrators and the state managers at the time of their contract. and also implement biannual revision of the administration process by the general auditor, and to allow him to systematically sanction the blunders. All the wage bonus of those administrators will be approved or not by the general auditor. The abolition of job cessation bonuses for all state employees and all its related organisms. Reduce enormously the number of organisms and to widen their field of operation, avoiding the double blooms and increasing their effectiveness. After that, reduce the state cost. To reduce the state cost, it is necessary to cut and temporarily freeze the wages of the employee of the entire public office. We need also to double the number of tax inspector of the Ministry of Finance to destroy tax avoidance entirely. We need also to tighten the obligation for all to provide invoices and to declare any sale and any work. Tax avoidance, in addition to refunding with penalty, must be condemned to community works proportional to the fraudulent amounts. Those which use tax shelters will have to be perhaps condemned to 10 years of prison firm. After that, with all those special changes in the society that will bring us more money, perhaps that within a couple of years after the gain of independence of Quebec, systematically lower the sales tax and income tax gradually, little by little, each year, in order to restore, that is really important, restore the confidence of private companies and people. After that, prohibit all political donation and punish them as corruption. So the electoral campaign must be entirely financed directly by the government, not the mafia. After that, the abolition of the Régie des Rentes of Quebec and transfer it individually into private saving accounts. After that, we must promote Quebec-made products big time. Like in Ontario, they do that since a long time, and it works good, I think. So we should be able to read the product of Quebec everywhere. After that, the government, that's another case, but the government can help a little the construction of the new Coliseum of Quebec, but I think the private sector must invest in the major part of it. I think it is necessary to completely withdraw the video lottery of the bars and the residential districts, to relocate them in casinos located in perhaps 10 places in Quebec. So all the players will have to be members, and their limit of plays will be established with an examination of credit. so people will not be able to go over and fall into debt. And the tourists will be free to play under presentation of a custom pass and their foreign passport. Now for the domain of health, the sector of health, a substantial reduction of the administration of the health sector in order to increase health workers on the field and where they are needed the most. So in the health network, restricting the activities of the private domain perhaps to the 25%, and to separate the private field from the public domain. After that, sign a contract with the medical student and with the IS learning student, so they give a few years of public service in Quebec before leaving the system or the country. It could be important too to slow down the fast food spread and the citizen sedentary habits by giving important an advantage to people who choose a new and healthy style life, a new healthy lifestyle. Sorry. After that, create a $20 per user fee to avoid the abuse in their emergencies and hospitals. With these funds, finance the health information phone line and create a daily television program to educate people about health. Also legalize euthanasia and the assisted suicide after a deep psychological follow-up only, and improve the subsidies allotted to helping natural grounds. It could be very important. Now in the education field, a substantial reduction of the school commissions and the handing over of the decision capacities of school administration to the principal and its council committee, as well as the abolition of the school commissioners, leaving the workload to the Ministry of the Education itself. After that, the mandatory bilingualism at school for all students at primary and secondary education. The return of complete respect for a teacher, of the single uniform and the not mixed classes, so unisex, will have to be enforced in all the school of Quebec. So I think it is the only way to restore the order that we lost since a couple years. After that, the return of complete so we have to restore the quantify bulletins, as well as the failure of the course with a final note lower than 60%, and add sport during school and after school. And the possession could be a good. So the possession of the secondary school diploma to be able to receive the driving license of the SAQ. So a technical secondary diploma would be also accepted. So right now I'm gonna cut this video to separate in two parts. So if you're interested, you can see the other one. Thank you.